Here are 3 secrets in order to start living your best life right now. Number 1, stop allowing your past self to dictate your future self. Refuse it. Have you ever felt super discouraged when attempting to complete a goal that you've previously failed, but you're reattempting? Maybe it's a New Year's goal to lose weight, finish that book, get started on that new side hustle, get productive. You see, us as humans, we learn in one of 2 ways: from other people's experiences or from our own. If I watch someone put their hand on a stove and get 3rd-degree burns, I'm never going near that stove when it's on. If I previously put my hand on that stove and got 3rd-degree burns, I'm never going near that stove. In this case, our past experiences impact not only how we see the world around us, but also ourselves, aka our self-esteem. Self meaning I, and esteem referring to how highly I see myself, or how much respect. When all you draw from your past experiences is what you did wrong, where you went wrong, then your self-view going into new tasks, new experiences will be negatively impacted. Of course I couldn't pass that exam, I'm not smart enough. Of course I ruined that relationship, I'm too damaged. Of course I didn't build up that business, I'm not talented enough, I don't have enough resources. Listen to me very carefully. Your actions follow your self-esteem, which has already been negatively impacted. What I want you to do is I want you to reframe your past experiences. It's not that you weren't smart enough to pass that exam. If you put 100% of yourself into your textbooks and you still failed, I love you, I'm proud of you, you're doing well. 90% of people wouldn't do that. It's not that you're gonna be lonely forever because that past relationship didn't work out, because that person rejected you. It's that you got the chance to fall in love and learn both more about yourself and what you like and don't like in a partner. Break the cycle of negative framing. Reframe your past experiences positively if you want to face new experiences positively. Ask yourself one thing: did I put my all into it? If you put your heart on the line and you got rejected or your relationship didn't work out, I'm proud of you for being vulnerable, opening yourself up. You only have 28,000 days on this earth on average. Life is way too short to be focused on the negative things that you've done. Number 2, start treating yourself as you would a close friend or a family member. Self-compassion is simply the process of turning compassion inwards, giving yourself support and encouragement the same way you would a friend or a brother who failed and fallen. The endowment effect is an emotional bias in which an individual values something they personally own regardless of its objective market value. Simply put, people place a higher value on things that they own, things under their ownership. Imagine this: you've just worked hard to buy yourself your dream car, and then I come up to you after you sign the contract and I'm like, I will buy that car from you for the exact same price. You'd probably be a little reluctant, hopefully. This is especially true for things that wouldn't normally be bought or sold on the market. Things with symbolic, emotional, experiential value to you. If you place so much value on your mugs, your shoes, your car, your earrings that your grandmother gave you, your favorite necklace, how much more your physical health? How much more your mind, your mentality, your emotional well-being? How much more the friendships and relationships you engage in? How much more what you do with your spare time, or who you give your energy to, or how you spend your money? Listen very closely. I want you to give yourself the same advice you would give a close friend. A close friend that may be struggling financially, that may be struggling to lose weight. A close friend that may be in a toxic relationship. It's way easier to point out what a friend or a stranger may be doing wrong or right than to point at yourself. And if you do have a close friend that may be struggling in the same area you're struggling in, lead from example. Take it upon yourself to get yourself out of there so that you can go and help them. Lead from the head. Be kind to yourself when you fall. If your brother or your friend falls or fails at an objective they're trying to reach, would you accuse them? Would you be negative? Would you say, you aren't good enough, you suck? Would you do that? Would you constantly remind them of their failure? Would you tell them that they aren't good enough? Would you constantly put it on their heads? Then why do you do this to yourself? Turn that compassion inwards. Encourage yourself as you would encourage your brother or your friend. Real quick, if you're liking the content in this video, make sure to go down, click subscribe and like, and don't forget to share as well. If you share a video, you're sharing positivity, you're giving good emotions out. Who knows, you could be helping someone in their darkest pit. Step 3, which I feel personally is one of the most important. Stop thinking 100 yards ahead. Focus on step 1. Be simple and always take the next step. You need not to see it in advance, but you can look back at it afterwards. There is no how of life. One just does it. Carl Jung. When approaching a new goal, the grand task ahead of you may seem daunting. It may seem unaccomplishable. It may seem scary. Maybe your business is hitting a new level. You're advancing to a new grade. You're starting a new relationship. You're beginning that new workout plan. Remember, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to not have everything mapped out. In fact, some of the most successful people simply focus on taking one step and making sure that step that they take is the best of their ability, as well as making the the best decisions at that time, putting their full self into every single step consistently. As humans, we tend to compare ourselves. We compare our resources, we compare our lives, we compare our partners, we compare ourselves. We look at those who are at the top of the mountain peak, those who are 100 steps ahead of us, and compare ourselves. Remember, the only person you should be comparing yourself to is who you were yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. Give thanks to God for giving you progression. Give thanks to God for taking you one step forward. The root of your anxiety is your need to have everything under control, your need to have everything go your way. But real life is quite the opposite. It's filled with traps and setbacks and counter routes. What defines you isn't how you fall or fail or get trapped. What defines you is how you get back up, how you restructure that next step. If you always do the next thing that needs to be done, you will go most safely and sure-footedly along the path prescribed by your unconscious. Then it is naturally no help at all to speculate about how you ought to live. The problem isn't about creating a plan or a vision or a strategy that gives you direction, that tantalizes the lips of your motivation, that makes you hungry and ambitious. The problem is about wasting your time, money, and energy speculating about how you ought to live. Spending your precious time and energy daydreaming about what could go wrong 100 steps ahead before you even took the first step. Or maybe you have taken the first step, the second step, the fourth step, but you still spend your time and your energy speculating on what will happen 100 steps ahead of you. Jung tells us that we shouldn't spend time in useless speculation or daydreaming, wasting away our mental energy and our resources thinking about how we should be living or what may go wrong when we do start living. Rather, we should toil the soil directly in front of us. Thus, we are always doing something meaningful and intentful. Remember, where you place your attention, you place your intention. Focus on how to execute step one with all your heart, with everything in you, with all your strength. The only moment you're allowed to rest is if you can ask yourself and tell yourself, have I done it to the best of my ability? Thank you for watching this video. If you want more content like this, click like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comment section below.